against the co-ed GCL Mason Comets at 2-0 on the year. Carroll Patriots 3-1. I'm here with my good friend Adam Little. Adam, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? I'm doing great. It should be a pleasure to be with you. It's going to be a great game between the 2-0 Comets and the 3-1 Carroll Patriots.
It's really a tale of two different teams. You got Mason's definitely more of an offensive team. Outside hitters Anthony Fago, Bryson King, Joseph Habra, and then middle blockers and Adam Jeffers and Will Burke kind of outstanding in the front line. Carroll, it's all about defense. Anthony Saraga and Sam Schlegel are going to headline that defense for them. And for a team that's just coming off a sweep, two teams that are just coming off sweeps, Mason was against Lakota West, Carroll coming against McNick. And Carroll starts off with the first serve, and it's going to be a point to Carroll. The hit from Habra, they're going to say was out.
You know, Habra really wanted to tip on that play, but line judge says that went on its own.
Looked in from our angle, but we definitely do not have the best angle. Serve came from Brunn. Habra once again, that's going to be a block from number 12, Cannon Tucker, and Tucker's the best player on Carroll offensively, at least. He leads the team in kills.
And they're going to redo that play because it did go off Anthony Fago's foot. You can do that in volleyball as long as it doesn't touch the ground.
Ty Smith keeps it in the air. Jeffers going to send it over. Carroll plays it. And Monin tries to send it over off the fingertips of King. And it won't matter anyway. Carroll's going to go up 2-0.
And you know, they're not really known for their offense, but you know, they are having a strong performance here in the starting the game.
2-0 here. Carroll starting to get up a little momentum. King plays that one right away. Jeffers going to tip it over. Carroll played. It's going to be Monin again. Played by Smith. Couldn't quite get there. He made the effort.
And that kill there by Zach Mowry. He is one of their best hitters on the team. With 30 kills on the year so far. Only 4 games through and already with 30 kills. And it looks like it's going to be another ace by number 10.
That's Tyler Monin. He's third in the team in kills. And he'll go back, try it again. Played by King. The setter, Lorenz, gets his first action of the game, and Habra not able to get it over.
You know, Habra kind of off to a rough start now. First one going out, and that one going off the net. And it looks like they're going to say one of the Carroll players touched the net, so it'll be Bryson King now to serve.
Bryson King, one of the rare lefties in volleyball. That means he's going to play weak side. The serve from King. Set coming over to Mowry again. And that's just too powerful for Ty Smith. That one will end up in the tunnel. And quick 5-1 start for Carroll. Mason's got to stop that momentum.
You know, they really are off to a hot start. Known for their offense, or known for their defense, excuse me, having a really strong offensive showing as 23 Zach Mowry with the serve.
And no one there for the Comets. As Davis able to get his first kill of the game. And it's 6-1. Adam, if you're Mason, what do you got to do? I mean, obviously something like that's going to help a missed serve, but for Mason, what do they got to do to make sure this doesn't get too out of hand in the first set?
You know, they're acting really, really timid right now. They just need to slow down, get back to the basics, like Coach Melnick talks about all the time. Just play focused, communicate, and don't get too crazy out there.
And that right there is what I was going to say. They got to get Fago involved. And his first kill of the game, that's going to get Mason their third point.
Anthony Fago is really a superstar for this team. In the first game against West Claremont, 18 kills. That is almost unheard of in volleyball. So he is really one of the key contributors to the Comets this season.
Great play by Smith, keeping it alive, and a block there by Jeffers. Looks like Jeffers and Fago may have teamed up on it, but now Mason's within 2.
You know, they're focusing up now, doing just like Coach Melnick says, slowing the pace down, getting comfortable. You know, they're at home, so they're really drawing upon the energy of the families here to get them going right now.
They're actually going to give that point to Carroll. Not sure what the official ruling is, but that scores me back to 7-3, so a 2-point swing on that call. And Fago, they're going to say touch the net.
You know, Mason's starting to lose that momentum they were just carrying. They need to try to pick up the pace and try to get that momentum back.
King not able to play it. He's another one like Fago. They want to get involved, but tried to get it there. The defensive play couldn't keep it up. And 9-3, Carroll gets that 6-point lead back. Heavy lead in the first set. Played by King. Lorenz gets another chance. Fago just knocks that one over. Sets with Raga the play.
The ball's out by number...
Sam Schlegel, too powerful on that one. And Adam Jeffers going to have his first chance at a serve. Will Burke checking in for the first time for the Comets. If we take a look at what Mason went with in their starting lineup today, what do you like in that starting lineup? What kind of surprises you as Fago gets another kill?
You know, nothing surprising at all. That really is one of their go-to lineups. Both their strong hitters, Joseph Habra and Anthony Fago on the outside, and on the weak side, Bryson King, the lefty. He is really one of their secret weapons for the Comets.
9-5. Jeffers serving again. Played in the back row. They come from Tucker, and Tucker, one of the highest sleepers in the co-ed GCL, and no one's there for that one.
And looks like there's going to be a substitution. Adam Walters is checking out, and sophomore Lane Walter coming in.
Lane Walter, like you said, he's a sophomore. It's big to have that youth on the team. You know, they do have a bright future. Mason only has 3 or 4 seniors. It's played by Fago. Nothing too crazy. And what a play from Monin. And you can just tell the depth from Carroll. It's everyone's getting involved. It's Monin, it's Mowry, it's Schlegel. And Mason really doesn't have the answer. You know, Fago, they're trying to do all he can.
And speaking of the sophomore Lane Walter, don't sleep on Reese Monin. He's a sophomore for the Carroll Patriots. He's really coming in strong to start the game.
And we talked about how Mason's more of an offensive team. And that's really showing how their defense. It just hasn't been where it's needed to be to stay in this game. Luckily, a missed serve gives Mason the serve. 11-6 now.
And looks like it'll be Porter Lorenzo serve. He really just provides a spark of energy to the team. Just hyping the team up and making them smile.
Schlegel sets that one over. Good play by Lorenzo to keep it alive. Walter's going to send that one over. Set coming. It'll go to Schlegel again. Off the hands of King. And the 6-point lead's back. Kevin Brunn's done a spectacular job today as the setter of Carroll. Really looks like as of late, Brunn and Schlegel on perfectly placed serve there.
You know, Anthony Fago really is using his foot a lot today. That's the second ball we've seen trying to kick off his foot, maybe getting in a little better position for the Comets. Looking a little sloppy.
And Mason has a miscommunication on Monin's serve. So that's 2 straight. If you're Mason, you got to do anything to stop the momentum here. Fago going to try to get it over all the way to King. King off the net. Luckily, Burke's able to play it, and Lorenz off the net. So Mason's just not there mentally today is what it really looks like.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. They just got to get their heads back in the game. You know, Coach Melnick really preaches to them that you can't win a volleyball game if your head's not there. So they got to really focus up here. And Porter takes a set, and back to King. And King with the kill there. Off the hands, number 5, Kevin Brunn. You can't get past it. That's a point for the Comets.
Bryson King's another guy we talked about. We said he needed to get involved, and that's his first kill today. The senior leader for the Comets. 2-sport athlete basketball as well. And Lorenz tries to stop the play from Brunn. How about Brunn getting in on the action, the setter? And this is a really good sign if you're Carroll. I mean, no signs of stopping. If you really think about the only reason Mason has any points is just miscues like that from King.
Exactly.
Or excuse me, miscues on the other side from Carroll.
Exactly. Yeah, Comets have been making a lot of mistakes there. You just saw that one off King off to the net right before Lorenz hits into the net. You just got to get that ball up, focus up, and get their heads back in the game. I know I keep repeating that, but it's really what they need to improve on.
So really all of Carroll's mistakes today have been internal and nothing that Mason's really caused, so no answer for them if they clean that up.
And that ball going out of bounds off the senior, Zach Mowry. Now going back to the Carroll Patriots last game, beating McNinney in 3 sets. So, and also the Comets beating
Dakota West.
Yes, Dakota West in 3 sets. They really had a strong performance there, but today they can't seem to draw upon the energy that they had yesterday. Ty Smith to serve over. It'll be Brun to set.
Great play by Tucker King. Able to get there, keeps it alive, and Fago sends it over. Another set from Brun, this time played by the Comets.
This is what the Comets wanted. They're really honed in now, and there we go. And yeah, they're getting really pumped right now, as you can see.
Mason's defense really isn't giving Mason's offense a chance at anything, and that's what Carroll's been doing so well is the back line has been getting it to Brun, and Brun's been able to set the outside hitters up perfectly. And that's just something Mason hasn't been getting. Lorenz hasn't even had a chance very often today. As he gets one there. This time it'll go to King, but a great block from Carroll, and when you don't have opportunities like that, plays like that is it's not going to let Mason back into the game.
Exactly.
Mowry with a nice play off the hands of Habra.
Yeah, the Patriots really aren't doing anything complicated. They're just going in with getting nice, simple sets to their strong outside hitters, and they're delivering. Not making silly mistakes like Comets are, and yeah, they're just playing really well right now.
Habra and Carroll barely able to almost able to keep that alive.
Looks like it'll be a lift though. Use his palm. And now Bryson King will serve. This is one of the weapons that they really need to kind of show out right now. And he will serve it out of bounds.
Way too strong there from King. Now, if you're Mason, it feels like they're really getting flustered. It's all in their head, and they just got to calm down. Play their game. As Mowry's back to serve. Habra on the return right, perfectly placed off the hands of Davis. That gives Mason a point.
Yes, that'll be a kill for Habra. Starting to get back into his rhythm after those first 2 miscues. Getting that right off the left side of the blockers to drop down right on the logo.
And Habra just coming off that kill is going to be back for the serve for the Comets. Played by Mowry. On the right side, Schlager.
And a phenomenal set by Kevin Brun. That was one-handed. He just put that up there right to his outside hitter, and he spiked it down right at the feet of Joseph Habra.
Andrew Saraga, the libero for Carroll, going back to serve. We haven't seen him too much already in this game. King's going to send it over, played by Saraga. Run on the set. Tucker, what a play by King. Not able to keep it in bounds, though. And Carroll's up double digits in the first set. Not a good sign for the Comets.
Yeah, they are doubling the Comets right now. They had the freshman, or the sophomore, Zach Monin, go for the fake, and that kind of faked Bryson King out there. And that ball just went sailing into the stands.
You know, Mason had 1 or 2 volleys there where it looked like they're starting to show a little bit of promise. But Fago, maybe not knowing how many hits there were there, just sent it back to Mason's side. Maybe thought there were only 2, but that's going to be 4 hits for the Comets. Another unforced mistake. Set from Lorenz over on the right side. Fago.
There we go. Yeah, Fago. Yeah, he's starting to get back into his rhythm again, just like Joseph Habra, leading the team with 28 kills just in 2 games. So he's really a key contributor for the Comets, and if they want to win this game, he needs to get hot.
You know, it's a long match, and there's 5 sets. Even though this first set looks maybe a little bit out of reach as they're 1 point away.
And that is a tremendous spike there by the Carroll Patriots. Going, hits the chest of Joseph Habra, just can't get underneath it in time.
Yeah, but it looks like this set's out of reach, but you know, it's not over. Best 3 out of 5. And if you're Mason, you just got to learn from your mistakes. Kind of calm down, use Anthony Fago more, and have that back line perform a little better. Sent over by Fago. Fago's keeping the set alive, 24-13.
Yes, that's a beautiful tip, and part of the reason why that happens, they're getting the ball to Porter Lorenz now, and if you can't get the ball to the setter, then you can't get the ball over, or you can't get a nice spike over the net. You're going to have to just go with free balls over, just tips over. You really want to get hard spikes down.
Lorenz will be back to serve once again. Good play from Saraga. The lefty on the left side. Over to Schleger. Schleger perfectly placed. No one's there in the corner, and set 1 belongs to the Patriots.
Yeah, not what we were expecting here at Masonry to start the game. Patriots just kind of blew the Comets out of the water there in the first set. Comets looking pretty lackluster, just not really just in it right now, and they really need to step up their game.
Yeah, if you're the Comets, we kind of talked about it. It felt like once they got down by 6 in the beginning, it really felt like there was no chance they had coming back because it was all in their head. They had that idea that they had no chance of coming back, so it kind of convinced everyone else, and that's just kind of how it appeared on the court. You can't have, like you said, lackluster, especially mentality, if you're the Comets. You know, it's going to happen. You got to battle adversity, and they just didn't do that too well in the first set. But like I said, not over. There's 4 more sets. They've got their chance.
Yeah, that's the great thing about volleyball. You get to restart, refresh your head after a bad set. You know, you got 5 sets to play for, so Comets hoping to take this next one.
And if you take a look at who Mason's going to need to get involved, take a look at the Mason standouts. We talked about him already. Anthony Fago had 18 kills in that first game like we talked about. And Ty Smith, he's the key to their defense, even though we talk about their defense isn't as strong. But, you know, he hasn't been, or the defense as a whole hasn't been getting the job done yet today. And it all starts with your defense. As you look at the Mason Comets team as a whole this year. Only played 2 games so far. 2 pretty big wins. Just swept Lakota West. And a big win over West Claremont in the first game. 37 kills per match, 16 digs per match. So that digs per match number is not near where Carroll's is.
Yeah, they really need one of their key performers, Ty Smith, to step up in that department. Also need some other people like Lane Walter, Anthony Fago when he's in the back row. They really all are. They all do have the talent to get the ball to the setter, but today their heads aren't in it, and they need to focus up a little more.
Yeah, if you compare their stats, Carroll and Mason have same number in kills per match, but Carroll's 39 digs per match. That's 23 more. Had to do the quick math there. 23 more than the Comets, and you can see where we talk about the defensive specialist for Carroll as set 2 is about to get underway. Carroll took the first one 1-0.
And you see there the Comets getting together, getting their mind right in the huddle right now with one of their leaders, Joe Habra, speaking out for the Comets, and looks like they're going to be ready for the second set.
They go back to that original starting lineup. Fago and Habra on the outside. Jeffers in the middle up front. King, Smith, and Lorenz in the back row.
Looks like Habra and the official are chatting about something. Not exactly sure what that is, but looks like they're going to get back underway.
King will be the first to serve for the Comets. Start off the second set. Quick set coming from Brunn. Good play from Tucker. And another block. That one from Mowry. Mason's keeping it alive. Habra, like you talked about, sends it over. Tucker on the other side. And Tucker's been everywhere today. Kane and Tucker
That was a beautiful spike from Tucker. Pins it right in the right back corner. Looks like they had Ty Smith playing the left back corner. Weren't expecting that for the outside hitter to go in. So that was a tremendous play by Tucker.
It'll be Mowry on the serve, played by Smith. And Smith not able to maintain the serve from Mowry, and you do not want to start like they had in the first set.
No, they're headed down the wrong path right now, just exactly like they did in the first set, going down 2-0. And it looks like that serve is going to go out of bounds.
Little too strong there from Mowry. Going to give Mason a little bit of a break. Haber on the serve. Played by Mowry. The set from Brunn. Schlager lightly taps it over. Fago able to play it. Middle blocker Jeffers in a block. That one from Davis.
Yeah, it was beautiful from Davis. Dropped it right there. He dropped it to the setter, but Porter Lorenz couldn't get under it. And speaking of Joseph Haber, really is a leader on this team. Senior season, wasn't able to have a season last year, and he was really just missed having that. And he's really glad to be back on court.
Yeah, it's going to be a common theme for all of these players. Is just there's more motivation in really any spring sport this year because they didn't have that season last year. They have all that ambition from the last 2 years. They got to take it out on one season. And it's going to make for some really entertaining spring sports seasons. We've seen that so far already. And we've broadcasted a few spring sports as Davis on another kill. We broadcasted baseball. We got softball coming up. We've done girls lacrosse, boys volleyball coming at you today.
Yeah, the girls lacrosse team is really stepping out. Coach Davis doing a great job with that squad.
Yeah, they had that big win, 22-1 over Mount Notre Dame. Mount Notre Dame not as strong this year, but anytime you beat a private school like that, that big, kind of the same as boys if it was Moeller, and anything, that's going to be pretty impressive. Fago not able to keep this one in. Makes it 5-2 Carroll.
Yeah, speaking of private schools, Carroll here, private school, part of the GCL. They tend to be a lot better at volleyball. But, you know, Mason's giving them a hard fight this second set pretty early on. But looks like they're going to send to Fago. And Fago with a nice spike.
Yeah, Fago with a nice hit, but Carroll's defense has just been there all day. And Haber can't contain it. Carroll 6-2 now. This is exactly what it looked like in the first set.
Yeah, when we saw that stat of 36 digs per game, we kind of opened our eyes a little bit and we're like, wow, but they really are proving us wrong here.
Serve played by Fago. And that time, it's Reese Monin. Mason didn't have an answer.
Yeah, the sophomore is really getting involved right now, playing middle and outside hitting. He's gotten a couple kills this game, so he's really been a key contributor for the Patriots.
The Comets have Jeffers and Burke, but other than that, they have nothing to match the height advantage of Carroll. As Walter just sends that one in. But you talk about Monin and Mowry and Tucker. I mean, it's just Mason. They're outside hitters. Anthony Fago isn't the tallest. And then Haber is the same way. They do have King in the back row who plays outside hitter a little bit. As that one goes out, Haber communicating, doing a really nice job, making sure Walter knows the younger sophomore.
Yeah, Fago, not the tallest outside hitter you'll see, but boy, does he have the hops to make up for it. When you see him hit, his head is getting all the way over the net. I mean, he just has tremendous hops.
You're not wrong about that one. I played for his basketball team all through youth, and he was always the one that could jump the highest. As Mason earns themselves another point there, hopefully this can give them a little bit of a run. Lorenz will go back to serve again. Schlegel right to Lorenz. Looked like a Scott Sterling play.
Lorenz just took that one hard to the face, as you see falling on the ground. We got a great view from over here, though.
Lorenz very lucky to get his hands in the way of that one.
Yeah, that one could have been pretty painful. Especially when it's coming from the power of Zach Mowry. I mean, he can just light the ball up.
King from the left side, nice block from Monin. Set from Brunn again. It'll be Mowry. Haber was perfectly there. And Burke just sends it into the net. Couldn't do much with that one. 10-4, 6-point lead is back for the Patriots.
Yeah, you know, Burke's standing off the net there. He was hoping for the high ball from the setter, Lorenz, but Lorenz gets it a little too low for Burke there. Burke is a pretty tall man, so he needs those balls nice and high.
Fago looked like he had a perfect play there, but that one not able to stay in. 11-4, and it looks like Mason's going to take their first time out of the game. Looks like they really need it before they go down that wrong path. Already starting to look like that.
Yeah, Coach Melnick just telling the Comets to slow down. Just they need to get their head in the game. I mean, I keep repeating it, but it really is a common theme here. They just need to get their heads in the game, build up more confidence. They're down right now, but they can easily get back up. Only a 7-point game. Pretty early on in the set, so they still got a lot of potential here. And on the other side of the net, coach of the Patriots really excited with what the squad's doing, just telling them to keep it up, keep up what they're doing against a strong Comet team, and they're playing phenomenal ball right now. It'll be the sophomore Tyler Monin to start off the serve for the Patriots after the timeout.
Serve coming from Monin. And nothing Mason really could do about that one, just perfectly placed.
Yeah, Comets were not expecting that. That ball going right off the net. That is really a hard serve to receive in volleyball.
Play by Walter. Over on the left side to King. I mean, Carroll's defense has been there all day, and it sets up a shot like that from Monin. And Walter's way too strong there. And Carroll, it's just the all-around performance from the Patriots today has been unmatched. And you can kind of tell it's that private school, that GCL boys volleyball.
Yeah, they know how to play volleyball. And an especially tough conference too. You know, a lot of those private schools have great volleyball programs. Really hard to stop, especially for GMC schools.
Great play from Lorenz, keeping it alive. It'll go over to King. That's Mowry now. Off the forearms of Lorenz, out of bounds. That double-digit lead once again for the Patriots.
Yeah, the Comets having a lot of trouble getting on the board here. They just can't get the ball to Porter Lorenz, and when you can't get the ball to Porter Lorenz, you can't get the ball to Anthony Fago, and that's really their key weapon. And when you can't get the ball to your weapon, you're going to be struggling.
They got the ball to him there, but Carroll's defense has just always been there.
And big miscommunication there by Joseph Habra and the sophomore Lane Walter. But you know, when he's young, he's still learning, and leader Joseph Habra is teaching him right now better position to get on that ball.
15-4, and now the Comets are in danger of losing the set even worse than they did the first. And you were hoping, you know, that break in between the sets, that even that timeout would kind of just calm them down. But it just has not done the job. 16-4 now, Carroll leads, and Mason can't catch a break.
You know, they really can't. Their just passes aren't going the right direction. They're getting way too close to the net, not high enough, not enough time for Lorenz to get under the ball, and that's a huge issue for the Comets right now.
Well, like we said, you know, a lot of the problems Carroll had in the first half were just within themselves and just unforced errors. And when you see they kind of clean up on those errors, and Mason hasn't been able to answer. Finally, though, Fago gets in on the action again. Gets him within 5 of the second set.
Yeah, Anthony Fago, not only one of the best hitters on their team, but one of the best servers on their team. Has a nasty jump serve you'll see here. Yeah, and that one just going over the net.
And there you see what the front line can do. That was King and Burke teaming up on there. We'll see Fago serve again.
Ooh. That one was very close there. It looks like they're going to call it out, though.
One of my favorite rules in volleyball to see is that the line judges are actually parents, and that was Anthony's Fago dad who had to call him out on his son's serve. You know, it feels like kind of cruelty to make the line judge calls like that against their own son.
Yeah, Anthony Fago probably did not appreciate that.
I'm sure he's going to have a talk with him on the car ride home.
Yeah.
But Mason gets another one back there, 17-7 now.
And junior Ty Smith, really one of the more consistent with the serves. Not really too powerful, but he's always getting those in there.
Miscue from Mowry gives Mason the ball and serve again.
Looks like the Comets are picking up a little more momentum. This is what they needed. Coach Melnick called that timeout for earlier, and the Comets are really starting to build up on that now.
Over on the right side, just a little bit out of bounds. Mason will get that point. Garrett. We haven't seen a lot of him today, but he contributes to that size. Smith really, he's been everywhere, but he hasn't had a lot of help in the back row, and that's a big reason their defense hasn't been all there. Is just not enough togetherness from the Comets.
Yeah, he's almost having to play like libero right now, and the Comets actually don't have a libero jerseyed up right now like the Patriots. So yeah, he's really stuck in la-la land, not la-la land back there. With Grace Bowersfield touched the net there, so that'll be a point for the Comets.
It's just those unforced mistakes, those miscues from Carroll. If they continue to do that, Mason's going to have to play sharp to even be back in the game. Davis on the over.
That really was a great serve from King, but again, the Carroll Patriots defense is just...
And Tucker once again gets his kill.
So they're able to get those balls over the Comets.
Stevens serves. His first of the game. Right side, Schlegel. And, Brun, you got to give a lot of the credit to Brun today.
Of why they're having tremendous success right now. It looks like they called it out.
It all starts with the serve, and it feels like when Mason's getting an efficient serve, like they got another one there. They've started, that's Hobber trying to keep the momentum. Great IQ by Hobber. That's a lot harder than it looks to make that decision that quick when the ball was that...
Just down by 10 moments ago. But ever since Joseph Hobber has been serving, they've really...
Hobber will serve again.
Yeah, and that ball goes right off his hands. Probably should have gone for an underhand pass there, but chose to use his hands, and the ball just hit his chest.
Carroll to serve. Over on the right side, Fago, strong hit. And that's exactly what they want there. Adam Jeffers getting involved, but Carroll's defense has just been unreal today. It feels like any time the little success Mason's had getting the ball over, Carroll has just been there.
Yeah, Comets have had few kills this game just because the amount of digs that the Patriots have been able to come up with. I mean, their defense is just phenomenal today.
I'd love to see the stats after the game, or even right now, what it's at. And that one goes out of bounds, so a long volley goes to Carroll. And when you're down like this in a game, those long volleys, they got to be yours. And kind of those 50-50 plays.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those today that the Comets have just not been able to succeed on. So that's a big part of why they're losing. And that serve by number 9, Trace Bowerfield, is going to go under the net.
Yeah, Comets caught a break there after a long volley, finally able to get one. Get a point quickly, and it'll be Jeffers to serve, and Jeffers gives that one right back.
Yeah, 2 straight serves going into the net. Kind of a lot of sloppy play by the Comets. It will be the junior Charlie Harlow to send this ball over for the Patriots.
Harlow's another guy we didn't expect to see that much of today, but he's been everywhere. And it's not stuff that's going to show up on the stat sheet. Fago too strong.
Yeah, trying to avoid those big blockers by the Patriots and just sends that one out of bounds.
We'll see Harlow again. The righty, played by King.
Yeah, beautiful tip by poor Lorenz. Acts like he was going to set it to Fago on the outside corner, one of his favorite targets, and just drops it right on the corner.
Lorenz doing all he can himself. And Carroll finally hasn't had an answer, and King with a great play, and suddenly the Comets are starting to string together some hits, string together some points.
Yeah, Carroll Patriots only need one more point to win this set, but Bryson King's like, no, no, no. He's going to make sure the Comets are staying in this.
Great play by Walter, and there it is. Second set goes to Carroll. There, one win away.
Yeah, that was a great play by Walter, but the senior Koser has an even better play to send the Patriots to over the lead. You know, we talked about all of the sloppy errors that the Comets made in the first set, and they really didn't change at all in the second set. The sloppy errors continuing to happen. Mine's not really in the game right now, and they really need to focus up in this third set if they want to have a chance in the rest of this ball game or the rest of this game.
Yeah, it's a huge mountain to climb, really tough. We talk about after you lose set one, that's one thing, but going down 2-0 in a best-of-5 series, in a best-of-5 match, you know, it's going to take a lot, and it's possible, it's doable, especially when Mason's been showing a little bit of potential. But Carroll's been playing out of their minds today. I mean, they look like state championship contenders.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, only one loss on the season, 3 wins. They're just playing out of their minds right now. And this is really an unlikely showing from the Comets. 2-0 on the season. They've only lost one set in both of those games combined. So not only are the Carroll Patriots playing phenomenal, but the Comets really aren't in their game right now.
And I think it's a testament to strength of schedule. Mason really hasn't played the toughest yet. You know, they had West Claremont out of the ECC, and then they had Lakota West out of the GMC. GMC's great in a lot of sports. Boys volleyball isn't near the top in those sports, and it's just the opposite for the GCL, especially the co-ed GCL. You know, any private school is kind of where boys volleyball dominates. And it feels that way for a lot of sports, but and boys volleyball is no exception.
Yeah, Coach Melnick is not happy right now. He's been trying to preach to the boys that they just need to get their heads in the game, and they can't do it. Just looking really confused right now.
You know, Adam, what's the mindset going into the third set after you're down 2-0, and you know you have to get 3 wins before the other team even gets 1, and it's very unlikely but possible. So what's the mindset?
You know, the mindset, just keep your head up. Just get the ball over the net. Force Carroll to make the mistakes. That's what a great job of what the Patriots have been doing. They've been getting the ball over net and forcing Mason to make mistakes. And the Comets have happened to make a lot of those mistakes when the ball's been sent over to their side. So they really just need to get the ball over to their side, force the Patriots to make mistakes. Yeah, Captain Joseph Haber is really just trying to preach to the Comets right now to keep their heads up. The game's not over. They still have 3 more sets 3 potential sets to get back in this game.
The setter, Brian, will be starting the set 3. Played by Fago immediately. They get it over to Smith, and Smith too powerful.
Yeah, going for the back row attack there, but the ball just hits the tip of his fingers and just sails out of bounds.
Set from Lorenz over on the right side. Habra, beautifully placed, but Carroll's been there like they have all day.
And Cannon Tucker has not let up all game. He's just played tremendous on the outside, having countless numbers of kills.
We talked about it earlier. I'd love to see those stats when we get them at the end of the game of Tucker's kills. Also, we got to throw Schlegel and Davis in there.
And great hit by Joseph Habra off the fingertips of Tucker and goes out of bounds to the left. This is really the momentum that the Comets have been looking for. They're hoping to build on this as Bryson King's up for the serve, one of their best servers.
The southpaw, we'll see what he can place here. And I think you jinxed it, Adam.
I know.
Right into the net. And that's a killer when you have someone like King who's just so good at serves. This serve's coming from Mowry. Right off the net. King tried to save it with his feet. But it quickly up 4-1 again is Carroll.
Yeah, speaking of Bryson King's serves, he had four aces against West Claremont, which is pretty good if you ask me. And that ball is going to be going off the chest of Tyler Smith and Habra, and it's going to hit off Tucker and go, and that's a point for the Comets.
It's a good play by Habra, noticing where the defense is, noticing where they aren't, and he hit it where they aren't. Habra will serve now. And I feel like Carroll, what they've been doing so well defensively this match is just knowing where Mason's going to hit the ball, knowing where Fago and King and Habra are going to hit the ball, and that's why their defense has been so spectacular. Mason gets within one, though, 4-3 in the third set. Carroll leads 2-0.
What a tremendous hit. Tyler Smith spinning in circles. Can't even get a hold of the ball, let alone a look on the ball there as he just flies it down. It'll be the libero, J.J. Rencap, for the serve. And that one off the net. Joseph Habra really excited about that one, keeping the Comets close.
You know, Rencap's someone we haven't seen a lot of today at all. Set from Lorenz. Fago able to keep it alive. King sends it over, but Brun's right there. Great play from Habra, and that one ends up in the third row.
Yeah, great effort from Habra. Didn't love the result, but you got to love when you're down this much and your team is still putting the effort in.
(6-4), Carroll has the lead.
Great call there by Habra as Lane Walters watches that ball sail out of bounds.
I've been really impressed with Habra's IQ today. He knows the game better than anyone, as well as the server here, Lorenz.
Yeah, Porto Lorenz, the junior, they're going to have him back next season. However, Joseph Habra, senior, so he'll be someone they're really going to miss next year.
Yeah, Mason does return 3 starters. Good volley there. You know, they return Jeffers, they return Smith, and they return Fago. Or excuse me, Smith, Fago, and Lorenz. So they do have a bright future. But key pieces like King and Jeffers and Habra, like you said, are all going to be gone.
Yeah, they do have a lot of great talent with their junior class. Their setter, their best hitter, in my opinion, Anthony Fago. So, yeah, they're losing a lot of talent, but they're also keeping a lot of talent.
Botted back to serve. Over on the left side, Fago. He's trying to do all he can, but I think he's trying to do too much. Mowry. Good block by Burke. But miscommunication from Burke and King.
Yeah, Burke's trying to coach him up, even though King is a senior. Everybody's still got some room to learn. As big miscommunication there.
8-6 Carroll lead. Third set. Lorenz over to Fago. Fago! Nice play off the hands of Brun.
And that's the Anthony Fago that the Comets want to see. Nice powerful hitting, getting really high, nice jump, and just pounding that ball in there.
Yep, Fago for sure has the highest vertical on the team. As you can see it just in his serve. Back to Tucker. And Mason starting to step it up a little bit. The block from Burke.
Yeah, I mean, he's got tremendous size, tremendous length. Nice tap there to tie the game up 8-8, and looks like that the Patriots are going to call timeout here.
You know, it's hard to get back in a game when you're down 2-0. Hard to get back in that match. But Mason, you know, if you get that first one, that gets you momentum. And then from there, you look at it, you just take it one set at a time. And you keep building on that momentum, and then you're closer than you think. So Mason just got to focus on winning this set. They have it tied 8-8 right now.
Yeah, and although they're down 2-0 right now, they really have the momentum right now, and they got to keep that going if they want to win this set and keep the game on forward, moving on forward.
Coming out of the timeout. Like you said, Comets roll with a little bit of momentum. It's going to be Fego back to serve. Played by Brunn over the right side to Mowry. That's where they wanted to get it all game, but King's there again.
Yeah, that's a tremendous set there, but going behind the back, but the outside hitter just can't get a chance to get that ball over the net as King taps it down.
Brunn will have a chance again, back again to Tucker. Played by Lorenz, and Walter can't get there.
Yeah, great hustle by Walter, but just can't get there in time. As the score will be tied 9-9. As it's the junior Charlie Harlow to send the ball over net for the Patriots.
You know, how about the hair for Carroll?
Dude, they have some nice hair. We got Cannon Tucker with the man bun.
They got a few man buns out there. Not able to get him the point, though, there. Habra with the kill.
Yeah, Carroll's got some great hair and some great volleyball. Not sure if those two things are correlated or not, but...
But, you know, is there a better combination, especially? I think it is correlated. You know, you see a lot of man buns volleyball. You go to the beach, play some sand volleyball, and it becomes a common theme. Ty Smith just checking in. He's on the serve, and Mowry, that's exactly where he wants it, off the hands of King.
Yeah, that's going to tie the game up here, 10-10. Comets kind of losing the momentum right now. They got to keep that up if they want to keep moving along.
Carroll's up 2-0 in the match. Tie game. And Haber starting to get fired up.
Yeah, right off the hands of Tucker. Haber just brings a spark to his team, along with Porter Lorenz, Bryson King, really just some of the team leaders that need help propel the Comets right now.
Great play from Carroll. Mason's able to save it. Jeffers places it perfectly, and Jeffers one of the best hits of the day. Carroll didn't know what to do.
Yeah, how about that? Just a simple tap over to the right corner, and libero Andrew Sargo just can't get his hands right on the ball, and it sails behind his head. It'll be the lefty Bryson King to serve. He's been real quiet this game, but they're really hoping for him to spark right now.
King serve, played right in the arms of Mowry. This to Tucker. And Smith not quick enough.
Yeah, Tucker is just having a phenomenal game. I would love to see his kill count at the end of the game. It's going to be up there. It'll be the senior Zach Mowry to serve the ball over for the Patriots. And the Comets are hoping to get a nice return over to the Porter Lorenz. And they do that. And looks like that ball can sail over.
Habra fired up, maybe a little too much energy, as you saw, way too powerful on the kill there. And that goes out of bounds, ties the set 3 up, 12-12.
And that ball will barely go out as Tyler Smith watches it go over his head. Nice call there by Bryson King.
Mowry returns the favor, and there's that volleyball IQ. and the seniors, Habra and King. Habra with the serve. Over on the right side, Tucker again, and when the Patriots are getting Tucker involved, it feels like Mason has no answer.
I mean, Kevin Brunn is just setting that ball up perfectly. You know, and his back row hitter or players are getting the ball to him, and that's just something the Comets haven't really been able to do in the first couple sets. And that's a nice one there by Bryson King as that ball's blocked.
And it's weird because we talk about the defense, but then we also talk about individually all the hitters for Carroll, and you say, what about the individuals on the defense? Well, it's the same guys. I mean, they stick to that rotation. They do not sub a lot. And it's guys like Mowry on defense and Monin on defense who are getting all these kills, but I'm sure their dig count almost is high.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and as we said before, they have tremendous depth on this team, but they're really just sticking with the same six because clearly it's working. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Fago sends it over, and Jeffers places it perfectly, but a great defensive play from Mowry. Fago, they play through him again.
Yeah, Fago cannot get a ball past these blockers. Nothing really against him, it's just the blockers and the entire Carroll defense has just been playing phenomenal. It looks like one of the Carroll Patriots touched the net there.
It's going to be big for the Mason, that long volley. You know, it's disappointing when you're Carroll and you get a volley like that and you want to win those 50-50 volleys. And a mistake like that is what gives Mason the point when really there was no reason to touch the net there. That ball was in the back row.
Looks like that ball's barely going to sail out. Patriots don't like that call, but very close. And it'll be Adam Jeffers to serve it over. And the nice kill by Tyler Smith. It goes right over, and he just destroys the ball down. Patriots can't get a hand on it.
Gets the mob from his teammates, and Ty Smith, Carroll wasn't ready for that one. You don't expect that. Ty Smith getting his first look in the front row.
Yeah, Ty Smith's been a great versatile player for the Comets. Really just stepped out of the shadow. He's been great on the line, but also great in the back row, as you've seen today. So he's really been a key contributor for the Comets today.
Walter's going to check back in for the Comets. Auburn, good communication playing that, and Fago, he's just too high for Carroll and too powerful. But they're going to give that to Carroll. I think they're going to say he touched the net.
Building off that great volleyball IQ of Joseph Harbor, I mean, he just called, he knew it was going to be a float serve right before Patriots even served that ball.
On the right side, Fago. And for what it feels like the first time today, Carroll just wasn't in the right spot.
Yeah, Fago's glad to get that one off. He knows he's capable of it. And little miscue by the Patriot defense there as Fago sends it into the left corner.
Oh my. What a play.
Reese Monin, the tremendous sophomore for the Patriots. He has had a great game along with junior Cannon Tucker. I mean, all around the Patriots just have a phenomenal game. No one on the team's messed up very much. They're all playing tremendous ball. It's Coach Melnick's on a tall timeout. He doesn't like what he's seeing right now.
And I would really love to see a GCL co-ed matchup from Carroll and one of their conference teams, because their strength of schedule is performance, and the fact that they've lost the game is wild.
Yeah,
losing their first game of the year to Fenwick. Fenwick, a tremendous boys volleyball program over in Cincinnati.
And that is true. Another a GCL matchup. That game went into 5 sets. So that really just shows the strength of the GCL conference and the strength of this Patriot volleyball team, matching up really well with a tremendous Fenwick team.
17-17, Carroll's 8 points away. Mason trying to stop him.
And it will be the sophomore Tyler Monin to serve the ball over after this timeout.
Played by Walter. On the left side, Fego, a tremendous block from Mowry.
Yeah, nice block assist from Tyler Monin and Mowry. If it seems like we've been calling the Monin name a lot today, that's because we have twins, sophomore twins, Reese and Tyler Monin, making a tremendous impact for the Comets.
Tremendous impact for the Patriots, in
Patriots.
fact.
Sorry about that.
You know, a negative impact for the Comets.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been their worst nightmare all day. 19-17, Mason can't let it slip away, obviously. This is their last chance.
And speaking of Monin, the nice dig there, and the nice kill there by Zach Mowry, the senior leader.
A theme we've seen all around OHSAA and boys volleyball is kind of the first to 20 is who's going to win that set. And Carroll gets it there, 20-17 now. They lead.
Yeah, Carroll's starting to pull away. This set's been really close, more of what the Comets have wanted, but they better keep the energy up if they want to send us into a fourth set.
And they get another.
Yeah, like we said before, a great effort by Joseph Hopper. He's been all over the floor, diving, sliding everywhere, trying to get a foot on that ball. So even though he didn't come up with that, Coach Romanic's got to be happy with the performance that Joseph Hopper's had today.
And Carroll's a really good team. I think if you're watching this game, you see the potential Mason has, and they're going to be a contender in the GMC this season. 1-0 already in the conference. Trying to keep the match alive here, but that's not how they do it. 22-17 now. Carroll 3 points away.
Yeah, and you know they're pretty tired. They're coming off a game yesterday. They have a game today, and then they have another really important game tomorrow. So they have a long stretch of games this week with not a lot of rest.
Mason catches a break there. As Monin sends it to the net. Fego on the serve. Another miscue for Carroll. Comets within 3.
Yeah, speaking of the game tomorrow, ICRC Sports will have the coverage as Princeton is taking on the Comets in another varsity GMC boys volleyball showdown.
Yeah, Adam, why don't you tell us who's going to have the call on that one?
Yeah, it's going to be me again. My first call today. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Hey, you've done great.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sure anyone watching at home will say the same. Glad to have you on.
Yeah, I've had some great leadership here on the sports radio team from juniors Ben Haller, Evan Amazon, senior Addison Lenhart to my left. It's great to be a part of this program.
It's a wonderful program indeed. Carroll inching closer and closer to that match win. 23-20 is the score. And if you're Mason now, we talk about what's the motivation after going down 2-0. What's the motivation now when you're two points away? I mean, it's so easy to just give up.
You know, you just got to stay strong. And I know a couple of these Mason Comets, especially Joseph Havra, he really wants to, he's getting hyped as the Carroll Patriots serve it into the net. Really close battle. They just got to hang on, and they do have a great shot at this. Only a 2-point game. Or 2-point set, excuse me.
Smith will be back to serve for the Comets. And Mason's able to keep it alive.
And that ball will go under the net. Tremendous play there by Adam Jeffers to block it, get a hand back on it, and then tip it over.
This set isn't over. It's not over till it's over. 23-22 now. Mason only down 1. Smith will serve again. But that one's going over. That's a momentum killer.
Yeah, ball barely sails out as it is a game point here. Carroll Patriots only need 1 point to win. And it will be one of the star players, Kevin Brunn, their center, to serve the ball over. Let's see if he can take it home for the Carroll Patriots.
Habra on the right side, and there it is.
And looks like the ball was tipped as Joseph Habra is going to get, the Comets are going to get the point there. It's only a 1-point game, 23-24.
Crucial call by the referee. That could have been match point. They face match point again. Bryson King on the serve. The lefty. Played by Brunn. Over to Tucker. And this one's about over.
It is over as Bryson King, great effort, tries to get us off his foot, but Cannon Tucker just fire. He cannoned that ball in there, as we could say.
You know, what a great way to end. Great pun by Adam Little. Thanks for tuning in all day. Like you said, tomorrow we're going to have the coverage. ICRC teaming up with them.
Yeah, it should be a great GMC showdown. Very evenly matched as the Comets hope to improve their record to 3-1. They fall today, bringing their record to 2-1. And the Carroll Patriots taking their record to 4-1. It's been a great night for some men's, boys varsity basketball. It's been a great day with you, Ben.
It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm Ben Haller.
And I'm Adam Little. Good night.